Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Ricky Hill, and I am your e-recruiter, and I am so thrilled to be welcoming you tonight for this very special virtual event focused on the School of Engineering. Now, before we get started, of course, I have a couple of quick Zoom reminders to share with you. If you need to adjust your audio settings, you can do that in the lower left corner of your screen. If at any time you would like to adjust the size of your window, click on View Options in the upper portion of your screen. Lastly, and most importantly, we are here tonight to share with you a wonderful presentation, but also to get to all of your questions. We have saved a portion of our hour-long event tonight at the end so we can get to all of your questions live. You should see the Q&A button on your screen. You can go ahead and click on that at any time and send in those questions. We will monitor those behind the scenes because we are fully staffed with chatters tonight, and we will get to some of those then, but also save a portion of them for the end of our event this evening. Now, before we dive into the engineering portion of our presentation, I would love to give you some more information about some opportunities that we do have here at the University of California, Merced. Now, if you haven't yet had a chance to step foot on our beautiful campus, now is the opportunity. We offer campus tours Monday through Friday, as well as some weekends, excluding some major holidays. But you can go ahead and scan that QR code with your smartphone and get yourself, your family, and friends registered for a campus tour. You also may want to use your smartphone right now to go ahead and take a screenshot so that you also have the days of the week and the times that we are offering those campus tours. So make sure that you do not miss out on that opportunity. Again, this is a great time for you to grab your smartphone, take a quick screenshot of this slide as well. We have so many upcoming in-person events as well as these virtual ones that we also have offered. So make sure again that you scan that QR code. That will take you over to the admitted page for UC Merced, and it will list out all of our upcoming in-person events as well as the virtual. Now on the screen here, you do see that first column that's talking about the regional admissions receptions that we offer. You'll see the list that we are offering some dates, one that is in March and a couple that are in April, taking us to the South Valley on our road trip, the San Bernardino area, Los Angeles area, the North Valley, as well as the Bay Area. So we will be on a road trip with all of our admissions staff. You'll be able to come out and meet some of us there, learn about financial aid, meet some faculty members, as well as speak to some current Bobcats. So make sure that you do mark your calendars for an area near you. And one of our big events that we have, in fact, the biggest event that we offer during the spring is called Bobcat Day. This year, it is being offered on Saturday, April 19th from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. That is a fantastic opportunity for you to not only get campus tours, but to meet so many more of us. I think almost every staff person at UC Merced, faculty members, students are there. We have so many different performances and presentations that we offer for all of the schools as well as clubs and organizations. So it is just an all-around fun day for you to come and get a very good experience of what it might be like to be a Bobcat at UC Merced. Lastly, on the screen, you do see another special event that we are offering. It is called Experience UC Merced. Now, this one actually started today, January 21st, but it does run all the way through April 30th. So please go ahead, once again, scan that QR code. You will get all the information as well as the important links that you can use to get yourself registered for campus tours, one of the regional receptions, Bobcat Day, or the Experience UC Merced event, which again lasts from January 21st all the way through April 30th. And that gives you a special chance to go ahead and take some campus tours, as I said, but also visit some classrooms, the dining area. You can get a firsthand experience of that as well. So make sure that you do get yourself signed up for one of these fantastic events, as well as some more virtual webinars that are coming up as well. Once again, my name is Ricky Hill, and I am your e-recruiter. I'm so thrilled to be here with you tonight. At this time, I would love to hand things over to my friend and colleague, Marv.
Thank you, Ricky. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Marv Eggleston. I'm the African-American Black Recruitment and Outreach Specialist here in the Office of Admissions. So I want to say welcome to one and all. And tonight, in our Become a Bobcat virtual series, we're going to showcase our School of Engineering. So we have a full agenda planned for you today. We know that you're real excited. You've just been admitted and you just want more information. And tonight you're going to receive it. So we have a full agenda, like I said. we'll be doing a general overview of the School of Engineering. We will have some major overviews of some of the majors that you're familiar with, as well as some new majors that I know when I'm out in the field, I get often asked, what are some of these things going on over at UC Merced? So tonight we talk about the new aerospace engineering. We talk about the biochemical and biomolecular engineering. And lastly, we'll share some information about data science and analytics and management of innovation, sustainability, and technology known as MIST. So thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing your smiling faces here on the campus, and I'll turn it over to Carla.
Thanks a lot, Mark. So my name is Carla Gonzalez. I am the Director of Undergraduate Student Services for the School of Engineering. Along with me are going to be other faculty members that will be presenting. Like Mark said, they'll be introducing those new majors to you. I do want to just kind of give you guys a brief overview of the School of Engineering. We're a highly ranked engineering program. We're in U.S. News, we have 109th in our engineering graduate program, and our programs continue to rise in their rankings through U.S. News. So you'll see a couple of them highlighted there, just so that every year we have been continuing to grow. We've been continuing to go up in our number rankings. So just keep that in mind. Next, please. And so engineers transform society and help people. You guys create so many different things, from bridges to bypass ways to just the computer, technology, airplanes. Just think about your cell phone, think about phones, how they've created, how they've updated, how you can do so many different things and so many different apps on your phone. All of that, engineers have had some version of something to do with it. So just kind of consider as you're going through this, what type of engineering you want to do. So we're going to go through next a couple more slides that will talk about School of Engineering and talk about the majors that we have. So we do have some new majors. So we do have the Management, Innovation, and Sustainable Technology. The MIST program will be one of our highlights. We do have the Aerospace and the Biochemical and Biomedical Engineering program. And we last year added the Data Science and Analytics major, which is a Bachelor's of Arts major, and the Chemical Engineering major, which is a Bachelor's of Science. So these are great programs. These are just the ones that we wanted to highlight that are new for us in the past year and continue to grow. Next. Thank you. So here are all of our majors currently. So we have bioengineering, civil engineering, computer science and engineering, electrical engineering, environmental engineering, material science and engineering, mechanical engineering, data science and analytics, chemical engineering, the biochemical and biomolecular, the aerospace and the management and innovation, sustainability and technology majors. That is all hosted within the School of Engineering. We also do have two minors hosted within the School of Engineering, which are the material science and engineering minor. And then we also have the MAD minor, which is the management and analytics decision-making minor. So UC Merced has outstanding faculty, world-class research faculty members. Most faculty members have come here from top universities across the country. They have excellent graduate programs and students that support our faculty as well in teaching you guys and giving you guys as much as they can in trying to make sure that you learn all the information possible. We have a strong industry connection as well. Next, please. And so some of the things that we do in this process to kind of give you a really well-rounded education is that we practice both theoretical and practical approaches. We do a lot of hands-on. We have engineering service learning that is a program that allows you to have hands-on experience in the lower division, and the lower division timeline. And in your upper division, you do innovate to grow. And this is where you do your capstone design projects. And these are big team design projects where you end up working with a community partner or an industry partner and you come up with a design and you take your time through it. For my computer science and engineer students, you guys end up working and doing software engineering based projects as well. So you will be participating in that. And we celebrate the work that students do by hosting Innovate to Grow. And this is our big event where we have industry sponsored projects, and we just kind of do this whole entire like competition where it's beautifully presented by you, by students, beautifully presented. So if ever you're around during that time, please feel free to stop by and kind of chat with the students and see the presentations. We have a lot of student and faculty interactions in undergraduate research as well. You are going to a UC, so by definition, we ask that you do research. And it's great, and you'll see some of the faculty here that you will be able to interact with and ask about research. We always recommend you do that. Next, please. Along with research, we ask that you also join some organizations. Here's a highlight of a couple of the organizations that we have at UC Merced. It is not the complete organizations that we have, but this is part of it. So at the UC Merced in the School of Engineering, we have what's called Vanguard, which is our umbrella organization for all of the engineering orgs. And we have quite a bit of engineering orgs that may vary by discipline or by gender or by ethnics, but you are not required to be specifically whatever they say. You are welcome to join any student organization on campus. This just highlights the engineering orgs. We have a vast variety of different organizations on this campus that can target anything that you may be interested in. So always get involved, but we do say, you know, as your academic advisor, so I'm going to go ahead and say your academics are priority, but we do want you to be well-rounded. And so research and student organizations really help out. Next, thank you. And here are just a highlight of some of the major employers of UC Merced engineering graduates. EJ Gallo and Winery is here local in Fresno, and they do hire quite a bit of our students and do have very good internship opportunities. And this is within distance of us, so we're able to do that. There's a variety of different ones here as well that kind of go with each discipline. So just kind of take a look and see if one of your top ones is there. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into some of the majors and give you just a little bit of highlight about the majors and some of the faculty who will be joining us and kind of talking about it. First up is bioengineers. So bioengineers apply engineering principles of design and analysis to biological systems and biomedical technologies. Examples of bioengineering research include bacteria engineered to produce or degrade chemicals, new medical imaging technologies, portable disease diagnostic devices, biosensors, and tissues engineered organs. So the work environment of a bioengineer can be pharmaceutical, chemical companies, universities, hospitals, research facilities, of companies and educational medical institutions and government regulated agencies. They usually work full time. So where do our bioengineers tend to go to? We already talked about this: research and development, hospitals, pharmaceuticals and medical manufacturing, medical equipment and manufacturing. So these tend to be the highlights of like where a bioengineer will end up working in one of these industries. This is a highlight of the research areas for the bioengineering discipline. So you will see that bioengineering does focus on these main areas: biomolecular engineering and biophysics, cell biophysics and engineering, biomedical imaging, and molecular and cell cardiology. And you are able to find some of these research opportunities with faculty regarding that. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Professor Victor Munoz to talk about the biochemical and biomolecular engineering program.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so I'd like to introduce this new program that we have created and starting this coming semester. So first question is, what is biochemical and biomolecular engineering? So it is a relatively new discipline that applies chemical engineering principles, but it also combines this with a solid foundation in cell and molecular biology, biochemistry, and physical chemistry. And the idea here is to design and develop technologies and processes that involve living cells and biological molecules. That's the distinctive aspect of it. So what do BCM engineers do? They produce biological and biomolecular derived devices with the idea to produce industrial and consumer chemicals, biomaterials, and approaches for applications in medicine, in pharmacology, and food processing, conservation of the environment, as well as agriculture. Next, please. So what makes BCME special and different from chemical engineering? You may be wondering. So, well, the idea here is that biological processes are, when you use them, are frequently leading to more efficient and more selective applications because they make use of the highly sophisticated and complex capabilities of biomolecules, proteins, nucleic acids, biomolecular assemblies, and cells. And as well, cellular and biomolecular derived devices are really degradable, non-toxic, and programmable, which leads the way to chemical engineering applications that are much more environmentally friendly. Next, please. And regarding jobs, well, biochemical engineers and biomolecular engineers are ideally trained to perform research as well as work in a large number of industries, including the pharmaceutical industry, the biotechnology industry, biomedical research, also agriculture, food manufacturing and processing, green energy production, environmental engineering, even patent law. And the other kind of nice thing about the biomolecular engineering degree is that the graduates are perfectly suited for admission in medical school programs.
Thank you so much for that, Professor Munoz. So we're going to go ahead and continue with chemical engineering. And chemical engineers take methods from chemistry and scale up the production for manufacturing purposes. Students study of operation and design of equipment in chemical plants, as well as methods of improving process production. So the concepts chemical engineering students learn include reactor design, mass transfer, control, heat transfer, safety, and process. This program is one of those programs that does have a very strong hands-on component built into it, which will require for students to have a summer on campus. So it is the only program that we host that does currently have a required summer on campus. Next slide, please. So some of the jobs chemical engineers are recruited into include chemical production, environmental engineering, safety, management, bioengineering, agriculture, food processing, material processing, automotive, and so many much more. So this is a great program. Like we said, it's a new program and it's just started and it has its second cohort coming in. Civil engineering. Next, please. Thank you. Civil engineers involves the planning, design, construction, operation of the infrastructure systems and services that support modern civilization. So when you think about civil engineering, you think about the decades of building a bridge or building a structure. And although that is part of what civil engineers do at UC Merced, it is not the only thing that the focus of civil engineers is. And so you'll see on the next slide that our areas of emphasis for this program currently are hydrology and water resources, environmental engineering, geomatics, and sustainable structures. So we try to make sure that what you are building or what you are doing will be sustainable in the long term of things. Potential careers, again, sustainability engineer, transportation engineer, water resource engineer, geomatics engineer, environmental engineering, government, the city, county engineering, urban and rural development, planners, developing regions regions engineers, excuse me. So computer science and engineering, this is computer science and engineering, not computer science only. So we do have an aspect of our program that does have that engineering. It does require still the math, the physics, the circuit theory information. It does require software engineering as your culminating experience. So our program has a diverse range of the discipline: artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, database systems, graphics, networks, distribution systems, manufacturing. This is kind of where we go with it. And of course, you guys know that this is applicable in many industry sectors: academic, agricultural, communications, e-commerce, entertainment, financial, government, transportation, so much more. Computer science is a vast and growing field. Next, please. So here are some of the things that we do currently. We do live around agriculture here, so we do have quite a bit of students working with our community partners as well in the agriculture. We use computer science in medical devices all the time, financial, and education. Data science and analytics is one of our Bachelor's of Arts degrees. So data science and analytics, data, people, economy, and the environment. It's a combination of all of those. It develops a multidimensional skill set for generating data-driven insight that can inform real-world decision-making. The process by which information about our society and natural world can be codified into data. How to collect and integrate data for constructing a comprehensive representation of a system or process. How to construct a holistic analysis provides new insights, transforming raw data into material of value, enabling strategic and effective decision-making. This refinement process increasingly relies on applying computational data science methods. So this takes all that data and gives you some mechanism where you're able to kind of define it and utilize that data. That is what data science, analytics, and decision-making kind of provides. Next slide, please. So we talked about this. So our emphasis currently, we have different emphasis in data science and analytics, management, complex systems, cognitive information science, political science, and economics. So these are kind of the tracks that you can go in with data science. Electrical engineering. We now have a smartphone, a smart thermostat, and many other things are becoming smart, right? Autonomous vehicles and many artificial intelligence applications require electrical engineering. Consider if your lights go out or things like that. This is part of electrical and the world of electrical engineering. As the world is moving to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy, electricity is replacing fuel. Electricity is typically more efficient. Think of getting rid of the radiators in your car, right? So now some people have Teslas and then that type of automobiles, right? And so you have to figure out how you're going to use that type of structure. When an electrical gadget stops working, wouldn't you like to know how to fix it? And when an electrical gadget does something useful, but not quite what you like to do, wouldn't it be great to know how to improve it? Next slide, please. Some careers for electrical engineers are obviously electronics engineering, computer engineering, RF engineer, solar engineering, electrical design, and so much more, hardware engineers. There's so much you can do with an electrical engineering degree. Next, please. Environmental engineering. Environmental engineers design man-made systems to protect human health from pollution and restore natural systems to improve environmental quality, combine knowledge and skills from engineering, physics, biology, chemistry, economics, and earth science while respecting social, cultural values. So environmental engineers affect the person, right? So we take things and we design things around that will affect an individual or a community or a population. So when you think about environmental engineering, you think about that. Next slide. So environmental engineering at UC Merced. So these are kind of the areas of emphasis that we have. We have faculty working in all of these areas, and you're able to work within these things. Next slide, please. Material Science and Engineering, or MSc. From atom to appliance, MSc applies fundamental principles of physics, chemistry, and biology to the design and production of materials with desired combinations of mechanical, optical, electrical, magnetic, electrochemical, and biocompatible and other properties. So MSc encompasses the methods by which particular atomic and molecular arrangements are achieved. So you have to think about anything that has to do with like all these things like just your tires. If you think about your tires, you want them to last longer. You want them to be able to last in this summer heat that we have in the valley, right? So materials engineers are the ones who work on making sure that these materials are able to do that, right? MSc graduates are in demand in a great variety of fields, including manufacturing, energy, biochemical materials, utilities, patent law, financial sector, construction, transportation, and any discipline of material science and engineer is needed. Employers appreciate the ability of MSc graduates to relate to colleagues across a broad spectrum of enterprises. And these are just some areas of research and the themes normally for this major. Sustainability, nanotechnology, and biomaterials and biomedicines are kind of, or materials and biomedicine are kind of areas of research and themes that they fall within. Mechanical engineering is one of our oldest and greatest majors, right? It is a profession related to the study and use of machines and devices, the broadest, oldest, and second largest discipline in engineering. So computer science and engineering is our greatest, our biggest and broadest program that we have at UC Merced. Mechanical, again, is the second one, among one of the highest paid occupations and lowest unemployment rates. So they do research, develop, and design, manufacture, and test tools, machines, and other mechanical devices. These are some of the industries that mechanical engineers go to: transportation, defense, manufacturing, oil industry, electronics, just so much more that a mechanical engineer can go into. Aerospace engineering. And we're going to go ahead and have Professor Bobcat come on board and kind of present to you guys about that one.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you everyone for being here. We are very excited to launch our aerospace engineering program and excited to welcome the first batch of students in fall. Maybe I will start off by saying why you want to choose aerospace engineering at UC Merced. Of course, human fascination for flight. We all have always been, even as a kid, fascinated by flight, whether it's fast or slow. After the space race in the last several decades of the previous century, there is an emergence of renewed interest in flying things. That is mainly due to emphasis on UAVs, or uninhabited aerial vehicles, or what's popularly called drones. We are even thinking about air taxis in the near future. There is a commercial space industry that's coming up rapidly, developing rapidly. People are thinking about manufacturing things in space. And obviously, you need to think about flying back and forth. Space exploration in general is also having a renewed interest thanks to a lot of countries, and US also focusing on space exploration once again. Aerospace at UC Merced being a new program, I think it puts us in a very unique position to create a program that is created for our current times. A lot of aerospace programs have existed for a while. They may have been designed for those times, but we are creating a program that is going to create engineers, prepare aerospace engineers required for today's situation. So we will adopt a hybrid approach that combines best practices from existing programs to provide a very unique aerospace engineering program within the UC system. And also in California, a lot of Cal states also have the aerospace engineering program. So how we do that, or how we plan to do that, is to have the right mix of fundamental knowledge and theory, of course, research, as well as hands-on learning. So like Carla was mentioning earlier, our research opportunities start as early as the first year. So your frosh year, all you have to do is just knock on the door of a faculty member, ask if there are any research opportunities, and we are always looking for interested and skilled students. There's a lot of different things that you can contribute to, even as a frosh student. The hands-on learning combined with the traditional theory knowledge approach, I think that's going to create a very unique aerospace engineering program. In general, UC Merced is a very collaborative campus. We are relatively small. That really puts you in a really good ambience. Our goal is to prepare employable engineers. At the same time, being a UC, we also want to inspire some of our students to pursue higher education, graduate education, go on to get master's and PhD degrees. So we want to focus on both job prospects as well as research. Again, aerospace engineering is built on the foundations of many different sub-disciplines, aerodynamics, why things fly, propulsion. You need an engine to move things forward. You need to make the vehicle strong enough, structures and materials. You need to control the airplane, uh, flight dynamics, control systems, and then you need to put all of this together, and that's where the systems comes in. So our program will offer all of these perspectives and how these come together to create a flying vehicle. Employment, aerospace engineers are employed in a lot of different sectors, both government and private industries. Here, I'm just trying to list the hardcore aerospace employers. Of course, there's a whole host of other places where you can get employed. You can get employed in by aerospace and defense contractors. Who are they? Like Boeing, Lockheed Martin. I'm putting a salary range. Again, you can get a lot more than this, a little bit less than this. And then you can also get hired by commercial aviation. Think of Airbus, Delta Airlines, or other airline companies. And of course, space exploration. Think about SpaceX, Blue Origin. You may have heard of those companies. So these are just a small subset of exciting places that you could be employed at. So bottom line is you have to choose aerospace engineering at UC Merced if you're just passionate about engineering, which I think you all are. You want to play a part in the future of air transportation, and you are interested in contributing to research right from your first year, and you like a hands-on approach to engineering education, then definitely aerospace engineering at UC Merced is a great program for you. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And next, we're going to have Professor Alexander come on and talk about the management of innovation, sustainability, and technology MIST major.
Thanks, Carla. So, hi, everybody. I'm Alex Peterson, and I'm here to share an overview of the new Bachelor's of Arts major in Management of Innovation, Sustainability, and Technology, which I'm going to abbreviate as MIST in this presentation. In short, we designed this new MIST major so that graduates will be competitive for jobs at the intersection of technology management and social engineering. This MIST major is offered by the Management and Systems Science faculty from our Department of Management of Complex Systems. This major complements our Data Science and Analytics major, which is more technical and focuses on decision-making with data. On the other side of that coin is the MIST major, which is a technology management major as it develops the systems and design thinking principles applied to social engineering problems that require an understanding of entrepreneurship, leadership, technological applications, and also financial and environmental sustainability. We also offer a minor in management analytics and decision making, also known as MAD, which represents the intersection of these two majors. Next slide, please. Here's a brief overview of our faculty. We specialize in a broad range of management application domains. As such, we have developed coursework around principles of convergent problem solving, defined as the coming together of insights and approaches from distinct scientific areas to provide creative solutions to the most difficult problems facing us as a society. Next slide, please. So let me clarify the design principles behind MIST. While this mix of management and systems engineering approaches may seem non-traditional, there's definitely a method to it, and I'll refer to Hollywood for an analogy. So allow me to borrow the concept of the Avengers movies, where a diverse team of heroes comes together to tackle wicked problems presented by wicked villains. In this way, the Avengers movies reflect the diversity of strengths strategy, which isn't just a figment of action movie fantasy, it's a classical portfolio management strategy applied to real-world problem solving. Just as heroes unite to defeat wicked villains, integrating diverse skills is also essential for tackling society's biggest challenges. And so this is why MIST coursework is taught by faculty with diverse expertise, thereby developing a range of perspectives that allows you to flexibly specialize, preparing you for a professional landscape that increasingly values a mix of skills. Okay, so with those design principles in mind, let me briefly explain the hybrid MIST toolkit, which integrates a potent blend of management and system science skills. So shown here are those skills. In brief, M in MIST refers to a hybrid management skill set tailored for decision making, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Whereas similarly, the systems engineering aspect of MIST refers to modeling and simulation of integrated physical, environmental, social, and information systems. Next slide, please. Okay, so here is an overview of the four-year program. First, note that MIST facilitates specializing in one of four emphasis tracks listed at the bottom. One of these distinctions will appear on your diploma to indicate your focus area of specialization. Second, at only 15 required courses, this is a highly flexible major that accommodates minoring or even double majoring in nearly any other natural or social science major. So the first 2 years commence with a casual introduction into the various dimensions of MIST. And in the final 2 years, students start to specialize by taking coursework focused on their emphasis track of choice and apply the MIST concepts and methods to a real-world problem in a senior year capstone design project. Here is an overview of available MIST courses, separated into four categories of management, system science, data analytics, and environmental management coursework. So there are a number of career pathways where new employees are expected to have a fundamental understanding of management and technology. For example, a career as a national park ranger requires understanding environmental regulations, visitor management, and spatial analytics. Another potential pathway is the development of emerging technology platforms, which requires an entrepreneurial understanding of how to take new ideas to the market, as well as understanding how new technological paradigms, such as artificial intelligence, will transform decision-making in traditional and emerging industries, from agriculture to financial investment. All right, so thank you for your attention, and please don't hesitate to visit our website for more information. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alex. We appreciate your guys' time. We are going to move to the Q&A section of this. And I think Ricky's going to jump on board and kind of help with that. And we have faculty again here that can answer questions regarding some of the programs. I'll answer some general questions as well. I did want to throw out there that if you would like to change your major, you are welcome to do so. You can change your major after USIR to UC Merced. There will be a process in place. More information will come regarding that. And there is also the opportunity for you to change majors as you are progressing throughout your academic career.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Carla, and to all of our wonderful presenters. Talk about an information-packed presentation, am I right? So let's go ahead and dive into our Q&A. And again, if you haven't yet sent in your question, now is a great opportunity to do that. Go ahead and click on the Q&A button, send in your question, and we are looking at those behind the scenes, and we'll get to some of those right now. Let's go ahead and start with the first one that I see here. Are the plans to get ABET accreditation for the civil engineering?
Yes. Yes, there are. The issue is that we have to have a cohort that is graduating. So civil engineering is still young. We are going to be applying for ABET accreditation, but it does go with the first cohort. So once that cohort is approved, and we do not see any issues with us being approved for ABET accreditation since the civil engineering program was formatted with those things in mind. So once that is done, it will be retroactive to any prior students or forward to any other students.
Perfect. And now can freshmen or first-year students, can they do research from their very first year?
I do have freshmen that do research. So all the faculty here have kind of talked about the fact that you are welcome to contact them. It tends to take a little bit more time because faculty don't know you, but you introduce yourself and you just kind of let them know, hey, my name is, I'm really interested in what you're doing. Make sure you do a little bit of research about them. And you kind of say, I see that you work in this discipline and I've been really interested in this. Is there any opportunity that I can work in your lab? And you will get some, you can either get units or you can get paid, or sometimes faculty are, you can get paid or you can get units, sorry.
Perfect. And then what type of research is happening at UC Merced within materials engineering?
There's a different variety of research. So we highlighted some of those areas of emphasis that we have for materials engineering. It just kind of depends on the faculty that you end up working with and what you want to do. So that's just kind of it's a variety. As some of the faculty have mentioned, our campus is very interdisciplinary. So you don't necessarily have to do research within your program. You can do research with other programs. So you don't have to be only doing research with a material science engineering faculty member. You could also do it with a mechanical engineering faculty member.
Wonderful. Now, we do have a little bit of a trend coming through some of the questions. They're asking about internships. So lots of different questions. Some are asking if we have exact examples or names of companies, or maybe we can just talk generally about what types of internship opportunities that we have.
And so we do have some local companies here that do provide internship opportunities. We talked about EJ Gallo being one of those that does have internship opportunities for our students. We have quite a bit of different industry partners that are locally, but most of our students will end up doing internship opportunities during the summer. And at that point, that's why we always plan for you guys to continue with your education during the academic year and kind of use the summer to try to make sure that you do seek out those internship opportunities. That way, if you need to relocate, you are able to relocate. I've always said throughout my career to any engineering student, if they offer you an internship and it is in a state you are like, I don't want to go there, remember, it's 3 months. So go, enjoy, get that resume built out a little bit more and make sure that you make good positive connections. The career services, the career center here at UC Merced does have a specialist that works with the School of Engineering students. And so that specialist makes sure to put on different events, especially we're coming up to February, which is Engineers Week. Engineers Week is typically hosted at like February 18th week. So you'll end up seeing that we host a lot of different internship, recruitment events during that time. We do resume reviews. We kind of just put that out there. We also do a lot of online. Our Career Center also puts on a lot of online events as well, so that recruiters from different places are able to meet our students.
Very good. Do we offer any type of honors program within these?
Yeah, we do have some honors programs, so you are welcome to look into that a little bit more. We'll drop a link in there about the honors programs as well. You are welcome to apply to it and to kind of start with it.
Very good. I'm just sorting through some of these questions here to make sure we don't get any duplicates. So we have had a couple that are asking about a makerspace. So do we offer that at UC Merced?
Maybe one of the faculty will know better than I will. Bobcat?
Yes, we do have a makerspace in the SRE building, and you know, yeah, mechanical engineers are encouraged to take the machine shop training too. So, yeah, the makerspace, we do have a makerspace that's very widely used, if that answers your question.
Yeah, if it's the machine shop, sorry, Makerspace Machine Shop. I know it's machine shop, but the machine shop does also have, like Venkat mentioned, it does have trainings. We also have the 3D printing lab that also has trainings. That once you're trained, you're able to go in and kind of utilize the facilities. We use this a lot in the capstone design projects.
Very good. Now, does that also include woodworking tools as well?
I don't know, Venkat. I don't believe so.
I think woodwork, there may be some, but not significantly to my knowledge.
Okay, very good. And now what type of opportunities do students have possibly on campus for jobs? Are there any types of positions typically open that are related to any of the majors that we spoke about tonight?
Yeah, so there are. We do talk a lot about working in labs. So we do emphasize that research is a big component of this campus. And like I mentioned, it is an interdisciplinary thing. And when you do research, you have the opportunity with some of the faculty members to be paid to do research with that. There are also, again, student assistants that work in different departments and work towards some of the maker spaces as well.
Very good. Another question that I know we answered early on, I think it was actually the very first question, but let me go ahead and mention it one more time. Is the CSE major, is it ABET accredited?
CSE is not an ABET accredited major. I don't foresee it becoming an ABET accredited major. Accreditation typically goes with individuals who are going to sign off on plans and things like that. Computer science and engineers, you don't tend to have any plans. We have not seen an issue with our major not being accredited, in particular because, like I said, you don't sign off on anything.
Very good. And then do we have a ballpark percentage of how many of our students actually get internships within these majors?
Unfortunately, I do not have that data.
All right, let's go ahead and move along here. Do we have any opportunities for students within any of these majors to study abroad, or would that be kind of a separate thing from these particular majors?
So study abroad is its own sort of it's its own thing that you can do. We can always help you as your academic advisors to decide when to plan it in. But yes, you can definitely go study abroad with your major. We just need to make sure that we plan it in for a time where either some of the classes that you're taking are going to transfer back, or that we know, hey, these will count as technical electives, and we kind of talk that out. But yes, you can definitely go study abroad. Take full advantage of every opportunity that you want to take advantage of.
Wonderful. And then do we have any information about any possible either job information or job fairs that students are eligible to go to during their last year for actual job placement after graduation? Do we offer assistance in that in any form?
The Career Center offers quite a bit of job fairs throughout the year. They offer quite a bit of seminars and opportunities for you to have your resume review, to have mock interviews and that type of stuff. The Career Center is wonderful on this campus, and they do such beautiful and valuable work. As I mentioned earlier, they also do host online recruitment events so that you can talk to recruiters from different institutions or different companies.
Perfect. And then do we have, again, just a ballpark number of a ratio of student to faculty within these majors?
Oh, I don't have it off the top of my head. I don't know if any of the faculty will know it off the top of their head. I know that we do have large classes, Venkat.
No, I mean, it really depends. I think that was what Marv answered in one of the questions. It depends on the class. So it can vary quite a bit.
And I do know we also have, in general, a campus average of 21-1. So that is some information that was just shared behind the scenes, if that's helpful.
Yeah, we do have large classes as well. So some of our larger majors, like computer science and engineering, do go into our larger classrooms. We do have large classrooms on this campus, but nothing that goes to I want to say nothing that's more than 300-ish, around there somewhere. But to assist with that, we do have what are called discussion sections or lab sections that will also be supplemental to those large lectures. So those discussion sections are led by teaching assistants, and the teaching assistants tend to make sure that you are you are learning the information that the faculty desires you to learn. So you may have some large classrooms, but not significantly larger. But I think the largest classroom that we host on this campus may be 360 seats. I believe off the top of my head, that's what the number that comes up. And so, like I said, those are going to be the ones that are going to have supplemental. Some of our smaller majors have 20 students, and that's the class size that it is.
Very good. And now back to the accreditation question. Is aerospace engineering, is that an accredited program here?
Well, it is brand new, like Carla was mentioning. It takes some time for us to get the accreditation, but the plan is right from the design. The plan is to get ABET accredited. As a side note, and I should have mentioned it, so mechanical engineering is the department that's going to offer the aerospace engineering program. So we have, and the ME program is accredited. So we have experience with designing a program that can be accredited. So the short answer is no as of today. The plan is to get it accredited.
Wonderful. And do we offer anything related to architecture?
Civil engineering is going to be the closest thing.
Very good. And now we have a student asking if it would be a good idea or too stressful to potentially play sports and also be an engineering-based major. And I'll just open that up to any extracurricular in addition to sports. Is that too much, or can they handle that?
I personally think they can be handled. I've had have had students that are on the basketball team, soccer team, and it's just kind of trying to figure out your schedule and making sure that we plan your heavy course load in the season that you are not going to be traveling. Bobcat?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm teaching a class. I regularly get letters from the coach saying this is the schedule. So I've had a lot of students in my class. In fact, there was one I got even today for the volleyball schedule, if I remember correctly. So I think like most things, you have to find out a way to plan your time accordingly, and it all comes down to planning, I guess.
Yeah, and as you can see, communication is key.
Very good. And now, do we require a minimum number of internship hours for graduation?
We do not. We do not require a minimum hour of internship hours. What we do have is our capstone design, and that's where you will have your hands-on experiences.
Very good. And then, Carla, are you aware of any specific grants or scholarships that are based within engineering? I know that's more of a financial question, but I'm not sure if maybe you've heard of some.
Not that I've heard of that I'm responsible for. How about that?
Okay, I know it is more financial aid based, but just in case some had come across your desk. Okay, so let's take a look here. Again, we do still have a couple of minutes left, so if you guys haven't sent in your question, click on that Q&A button, send that in right away. Some of our questions that are in here right now, they look a little bit repetitive about accreditation. Can we just mention, I know we've talked about ABET. Is there anything else that you can say kind of generally, because a few more of those have come in?
Yeah, so generally, it does take quite a bit of time for ABET accreditation to go through. Typically, the major that is going up for ABET has to have a graduating class. So although, for example, we have aerospace engineering, and Bobcat just spoke about this, but aerospace engineering is going to be applying for ABET accreditation, but they must wait until their first cohort graduates. And so when that happens, they will apply for ABET accreditation. Accreditation will go retroactive and also forward.
Excellent. And then what field would be most involved or most related to robotics?
It depends what you want to do with it. So there are different disciplines that work with robotics, mechanical engineers, computer science and engineers. I mean, even I want to say it just depends on what type of robotics we're talking about as well. If we're talking about like medical devices and therapeutic devices, that might be more on the bioengineering side of things. So it really depends on what subsection of robotics we're talking about.
Great. And then do we require, or is it mandatory for students to work on hands-on projects?
You get it no matter what. So you will be working on projects with your peers no matter what. There will be classes that you'll be taking on that you will have hands-on projects within it.
Very good. And can we touch on research again? Maybe a general statement on what type of research and what that looks like at our campus?
And so research on our campus can be done in a variety of different ways. We do have the Undergraduate Research Opportunity Center on this campus, and they host different types of research. Typically, theirs focuses heavily on the summer leading into the academic year and will continue onward into the academic year. But on this campus in general, you can work on any research project. You just simply have to go up to a faculty member and talk to them about your interests, talk to them and ask if they have any availability in their labs. Always make sure to do your research beforehand. You don't want to just go in and say, hi, I want to do research. You want to make sure that you know who you are talking to and that you have a little bit of interest that aligns with them.
Great. And a couple of folks have been asking if this presentation tonight has been recorded and will be made available. And the answer is yes. So give me just about a day or two and it will be available on the admitted student website under events. And so we will go ahead and drop that link into the chat. I'm sure it's already been dropped a couple of times, but we'll go ahead and get that in there one more time for you. You just visit that website. And in fact, you have probably already been there because that is where you typically go to get registered to attend these wonderful virtual events. So in about a day or two, you will be able to watch this entire event in its entirety and be able to skip through and get to the portion that maybe you are most interested in. All right, the next question here. Do we have a ballpark or just kind of a guesstimate on how many of our students graduate from our programs and go on to graduate school? Is that common?
So we do talk about that. So there are the two major pathways, right? Which is going into graduate school or going into the workforce. And no matter what, we always have those discussions with our students about what route are we taking and where do we want to go. Now, being an engineer does not mean that you will directly go into an engineering discipline, right? You may choose to do something else. Some of you have chosen already that you want to graduate with an engineering degree, but you want to teach and you want to go into the K through 12 system. So that might be your path. Know that we do have a minor on this campus that does help you to move on that pathway. So it really depends on where you want to go. But the conversation that we have with you is during the second year when you go move from the Bobcat Advising Center, which is our hub for all first year students, first year freshman students, and our undeclared transfer students as well. So all those students will be hosted in the Bobcat Advising Center, and you have a whole entire program dedicated to your first year. In your second year, you move into the School for Academic Advising, and that's when we start talking about, okay, what are our goals? Where do we want to go after this? Do we want to go into industry? Do we not? We talk about, hey, no matter which route you go, industry or graduate school, you still need recommenders. So do we have an idea of how many recommenders we currently have? How do we get those recommenders? How do we get those letters of recommendation? So we start talking about all that in our second year, and we start planning out, okay, how does the longevity look at it? Most of our students come in and say, I want to graduate in 4 years, but then you want to go study abroad, or you want to do research, or you want to take a semester off because you got a wonderful internship opportunity, which I've had students do. I had a student do 1 semester off, 1 semester on campus, 1 semester off, 1 semester on campus, and then he graduated, which was fine because you have all that experience to continue with your education. And when he graduated, he ended up getting a really nice offer from one of the places that he did an internship at. So research is great, no matter what. You can always utilize it towards your resume or utilize it towards your graduate school applications. We do have a lot of our students who will stay at UC Merced to do a master's degree.
And I will give one more question, and then if any of our panelists or anyone else behind the scenes is interested in giving some last words, now is your chance to go ahead and open up your camera. The last question I have for you, Carla, do any of our students in any of these wonderful majors, do they ever double major or take a minor?
Yes. Yes, you are welcome to submit the major applications for minors. There is a stipulation that you still have for the School of Engineering at least. And when you're hosted primarily in the School of Engineering, no matter what you do, double major, major with a double minor, whatever it might be that you want to do, we are willing to work with you as long as you can meet the normal time to progress or the normal time to degree. So you are giving 10 terms to complete your degree no matter what, as long as you can complete your degree within those 10 terms with a double major, with a major and a double minor, whatever you would like, we can make it happen. There are some no-go majors. Typically, it's the majors that are too similar are not going to be eligible for double majors. So, for example, our environmental engineering and our earth system science major are too similar, and so those overlap too many classes. Our campus does have rules about double majoring. That's why they're on the no-go list. But other than that, you are welcome to do so. We will talk to you and explore it more and more.
Wonderful. And Carla, do you have any last words or anything that you want to leave our audience with tonight?
Whatever you choose, whatever you do, we ask that you always make sure to keep us in mind, and that, you come and visit us. We are a wonderful and growing campus. Please visit us. Please see us during Bobcat Day or one of the regional events. We'll all be there trying to tell you how wonderful UC Merced is.
Very good. Well, thank you to Carla and everyone else who has presented tonight. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who has actually attended this evening. We would not be here if it wasn't for you, our future Bobcats, our newly admitted students. So once again, we're just so grateful that you're taking some time out of your night to spend with us. A couple of quick reminders, and make sure that you open up that chat box. We've been sending you so many links. So right now is your last little opportunity while I'm wrapping us up to go ahead and click on some of those. They'll open up in a side browser so you can bookmark those for future reference. A few of them we want to remind you of, we did touch on in the very beginning. The first is campus tours. So make sure that you hop over there, get yourself signed up, you, your family, your friends, to step foot on our beautiful campus. Take a look at all of our brand new buildings, how high-tech everything is and how modern, but yet it is still very homey. And we have a lot of green spaces. So a lot of kind of lawn type areas where you can study and just kind of take a break around our little lake that's in the middle of campus. Also, a fun page to check out is the events page. So admitted website, and it is for events. It'll show all of our virtual events like this one tonight. You can get yourself registered. You can find your on-demand instant replay links there as well in just a couple of days after we do broadcast. And then also on that events page, you will find all of the information and registration buttons there for the regional admissions events. So we want to make sure that you hop over and visit us whenever we are on our road trip and we are coming around the state and showing up for some admissions receptions. As Carla mentioned, most of us will be there talking about our campus because we're so proud to be a part of our Bobcat family, and we hope to welcome you there very, very soon. And a couple of other things, again, our biggest event of spring is Bobcat Day being hosted on Saturday, April the 19th from 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Again, it is a jam-packed day, and you'll be walking everywhere on campus, campus tours, performances, presentations from all of our schools, campus organizations, you name it, we have it there, and there is more information on that website. The last thing that we do offer, and it did start today and runs through April 30th, is Experience UC Merced. If you do sign up for that, you'll get to choose a class that you'll actually be able to attend and get a little experience, a little sneak peek into what a campus or an actual class lecture looks like here at UC Merced, as well as a dining experience and a campus tour. So lots of fun things coming up. Of course, we're barely in January. Start marking your calendar for all of these other upcoming events. My name is Ricky Hill, your e-recruiter. I hope to see you back here again very soon for another virtual event. A big thank you once again for joining us this evening. Have a great night, everyone.